fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
Good to go? Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social and Association with houseofboxing.com and the Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by one man of the TNT crew. There's a lot of people in here, Mr. Roman Fury. How are you, brother?
I'm all good, just soaking it up here, enjoying it, and I can't wait for the fireworks later on.
Just having a chat about the amount of people that are here. It's going to be carnage. It always delivers this Misfits stuff. Just face value on what you've seen so far. How excited are you?
Oh, I'm unbelievably excited. The turnout's been great, the build-up's fantastic, there's real bad beef there. I don't know if you've seen yesterday. The antics from KSI, that spit, it's disgusting behaviour, isn't it? But it all adds up, and I can't wait for the final outcome on Saturday night.
How personal is it getting now? We know when these fights are thrown out, a lot of them are just for the build-up, but from what I've seen of Tommy and from what I've seen of KSI, do you think it's maybe crossed the line and it's at the level of personal now?
Maybe for KSI, but for Tommy, I know it's just pure business, You build a fight and you get on with it, it's pure business. But for KSI, maybe he's trying to get in Tommy's head a little bit with the talk and all that, but, it's not working.
We're in the industry of professional boxing and not many people are giving KSI much of a chance. I think the only edge, if anyone was to give a sort of slight advantage to KSI, it would maybe be being used to the events and everything, but Tommy's maybe now done it in Saudi with Jake, so you could potentially give that to him as well. Is there anything that KSI has that Tommy will not have an answer for?
I'm trying to look at it as a neutral, but I can't see it. He's just very wild and very amateurish, and he lunges in with his shots. You can be as fit as you want, but boxing takes time to learn, and we've been training for every different type of KSI to expect, so I can't see nothing. But at the end of the day, you can't underestimate nobody. He needs to be switch on in there and do his job.
From being in and around the camp, you expect a fairly emphatic and early stoppage from Tommy? That's what he said to me, a couple of rounds.
Definitely, everybody here is expecting a very early and devastating knockout. I think he'll just walk onto one, to be honest with you.
Let's talk about these events themselves. I just said to you, would you not be tempted to get on something like this? It's absolute carnage every time. You've got, whether it be YouTubers, influencers, TikTokers, streamers, whatever, even boxers, which is, I suppose, what it should be. But if an offer came, this is a market that you would like to get yourself involved in?
100%. And actually, I heard that they're bringing out some sort of heavyweight title or something. So I'd be up for fighting for that. I'm not sure how many heavyweights there are, but listen, anyone wants me on the show, get me on it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I think it's all good, all fun and games, and it's great for boxing, isn't it? Brings more eyes onto it.
Is it sort of, we talk about Tommy, he still talk about wanting to go on to achieve the World Championship, but for now, chase a bit of money on the side, and there's nothing really wrong with doing that. You think for you it would build your profile, you could earn a lot of money in doing that. You think that's a bit of a no-brainer?
No-brainer, from a business point of view, it's great money for, fighters that ain't that experienced, So what would you rather do, fight someone who's dangerous for a quarter of the money, if that, or fight KSI for 10 times as much, It's a no-brainer, isn't it? So yeah, I'd love to do it, I'd love to do it, yeah.
Let me ask you about your brother Tyson. Fights Francis Ngannou as a sort of start to Riyadh season, and then obviously we've now seen the Alexander Usyk fight signed. Just firstly on the Ngannou fight, we've seen a bit of pad footage, slightly questionable. We don't know if it's all for show. We're expecting Tyson to go and blitz him out. Do you sort of think the same?
100%. I hope his pad video was all for show, because it wasn't looking too promising, was it? It was looking slow, sluggish. But you never know. He's got a good trainer in his corner. But yeah, all I want is for it to be a good fight, along with the rest of the fans, So as long as it lives up to that, we've got nothing to worry about, have we?
Just lastly from me, John over there. He kicked off yesterday. We love it when John goes mad. He is content gold as always. I mean, what a man to have with you as part of your team and everything. Hey, if Tommy couldn't sell a fight, he wouldn't need to worry, because John would be there. Lucky he can. Both of you can. There is talk about him now fighting on Misfits. I heard this yesterday. Calla and Mam said it to me. In an ideal world, how cool would it be to have John, yourself, Tommy, all on the same card?
That would be a dream come true, wouldn't it? But what I will say is my dad's been in the gym, he's been training, so maybe he's got something up his sleeve, but it's the first I've heard of it, but I'm sure he'd love to do that, Maybe against Greg Paul from what we've seen yesterday, that'd be a match-up, wouldn't it?
How does that one go?
A coffin for Greg Paul, you know. My daddy's bound up and ready to go, put it that way. So, not too good.
Roman, you're an absolute gent. Lovely to be with you this afternoon. Just a final message ahead of Saturday, Tommy Fury, KSI. You're expecting an emphatic finish for Tommy, an early night.
100% KSI. All I've got to say to you is enjoy your last couple of days before you're in the hospital, mate. Goodbye.
Top man, thank you very much.